Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and by the end of this video, I wanted to show you a few things that are just going on in the world right now that they don't just make me uneasy, but they make everybody uneasy. And I want to drive. I don't normally show things that could be considered political on this channel. That's not what this channel's about. But I wanted to show you one video that I know is going to scare a lot of people and make a lot of people very nervous about what's going on in the world. And the reason I want to do that is because that nervousness, that uncertainty that is going on in so many areas right now, of which I'm going to show you a few of them in this world and in the United States, that is part of what's going to drive people into gold, silver, and crypto. Bitcoin, XRP, any of the crypto that's in limited amount, you know, the top 10. That's part of what's going to drive people to this market. And so it's important to show you some of the things that just don't sit right with me, and I'm sure don't sit right with you. But I've seen a few in the last couple of days where I'm like, whoa, what is happening? Okay, but first I wanted to make sure everybody knows in the description of all my videos, you can join my free monthly newsletter. I'm going to send out an email every month and tell you what I own. And I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at and thinking about in each month. And so I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not telling you what to buy or anything. I'm just telling you what I own and what I'm doing. Okay, so go in the description. There's a link. You click on it. You can go and just enter your name and email address, or you can make up a name and enter your email address, whatever you want to do. Okay, wanted to show the market, and I'm also going to show you some interesting video from a YouTuber here in a minute. The market has been kind of flat. Things are down a little bit. You know, XRP has been kind of moving in that 28 to 30 cent range for the last few days. Not a whole lot going on, just kind of flat. We've got 349 billion in the market right now. Okay. Now, I showed this morning, okay? I think it was either today or yesterday that I showed this. This is CoinDesk, reiterating it. Blockchain Bytes NASDAQ listed MicroStrategy purchases 21,454 Bitcoin on Tuesday, effectively shifting its inflation hedging strategy entirely into digital assets. Indian crypto is booming, and Libra co-founder David Marcus has a new job at Facebook. Well, then somebody sent this out. Now, this is interesting. This Michael Saylor is the CEO of MicroStrategy, and somebody tweeted this out. This is funny. This is Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy. This is a tweet from him on the 19th of December, 2013. Bitcoin's days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling. And then this is him on the 11th of August 2020, today. MicroStrategy adopts Bitcoin as primary treasury reserve asset. So you can see how things change. And there's a lesson here in life. Just because the crowd is not on your side at a given time does not mean that the crowd is right. We've spent a few years now being laughed at and everybody rolling their eyes about how stupid we all were for investing in digital assets. Well, who is doing the laughing now? Because here they come. For those of you that don't know who Mark Phillips is, this is the guy that wrote the article about the 10,000, I can't remember the name of it, but XRP was made for $10,000. He did an article. You can Google that. But anyway, he predicts here, businesses will initially invest in crypto as a hedge play, but transition to view digital assets as core assets. The more disruption and unpredictability in the markets, the faster this transition will happen. I think he's right there. I think that it will happen in kind of that sort of a way. Let's see. Next, we've got Brad Garlinghouse tweeted this out today. as I was saying, crypto shines like gold. Words mean things, folks. Remember, Ripple tweeted out the other day, David Schwartz interviewed that professor, and they were talking about the similarities between crypto and gold. Ripple you've seen Ripple over the last few months, and they keep having these narratives that they're floating and that they're running with. Well, Brad Garlinghouse is not saying crypto shines like gold for no reason. And he's talking about the MicroStrategy announcement. Their move to diversify in favor of digital assets is bold and brilliant. One of the first companies to do so, but they certainly won't be the last. And then he's retweeting his tweet about this as Fundstrat. I'll show it. As Fundstrat said, it comes down to trust in the financial system at the end of the day. As global populations continue to lose confidence in fiat currencies, as we're seeing with USD, they will choose to diversify. Our future global financial system will do the same. And this, apparently he had a thread on this. Okay. And then Spring tweeted, we've been hearing a lot about this Flare here the last couple of days. Flare can be used as a smart contract platform for XRP or as a trustless pipeline for XRP to other networks. And for those of you that don't know, Spring is Ripple's, I call it like an incubator, where they invest in companies that will plan to in some way use XRP, or in a roundabout way. That's the way I see it. Now, I wanted to give a definite shout out to Jerry V. Hall and tell you to go subscribe to his channel. He interviewed Greg Kidd yesterday, and there was a clip that I found particularly interesting that I think you're going to find particularly interesting. Remember, when I interviewed him, he said that he had an option on 1 billion XRP, but we didn't get what he got the option at, what the price was. He tells you in this clip, but he also gives you his reasoning for optioning the thing. And when he gives that reasoning, he makes a very interesting statement in this that probably will be in the title of this video. Listen up.
And some people asked for grants.
Oh,
I said, no, I don't.
Okay, had to do a computer restart to fix my audio issue. So here we go. This is the part the Greg Kidd part I want you to hear. And in this, again, he's going to tell you about the option that he got, and he's going to tell you the price of the option. And then he's going to go into his thinking on it. But at the end, he makes a very interesting comment about what can happen with XRP.
And some people asked for grants. I said, no, I don't want you to give me any XRP. I just want to be able to buy it. And they said, well, at what price do you want to be able to buy it? I said, well, I want to be able to buy it at the market price. And like, you want to pay the market price for Ripple? I said, yeah, but I want to lock the price in for 10 years. So that meant I got to have the price determined at that time or over a period of time, and then lock it in for 10 years. And to Ripple, that didn't look like a risk to them because they were going to get paid the market price locked in. But given how the price of XRP and crypto took off, that was a way, just like we were talking about for betting and poker, of making a relatively small bet. I didn't have to put up any money at the time. When I actually had to put the money up, because it was an option on my side, all the upside was on me.
Right.
No downside. And so looking for situations where you have asymmetrical upside compared to the downside. I mean, I could always tell what the difference was between 0.6 of a penny and 0. It was 0.6 of a penny. But the difference between 0.6 of a penny, which is what the average lock-in price I had for Ripple was, and infinity, that's a big number.
Infinity.
And so,
Huge number.
Sorry?
It's a huge number. Are you kidding?
It's a huge number. And so looking for those kinds of situations, people underestimate the value of optionality. And so instead of...
You realize the guy that you're looking at there could be one of the wealthiest people in the history of the world when this is all over, don't you? I don't know. He might have made the greatest play in the history of finance with that option. Okay. I wanted to show you this XRP crypto. Well, Facebook launched Facebook Financial, a new group focused on all payments and commerce with Libra co-founder David Marcus at the helm. It will oversee Facebook Pay, which is Facebook's universal payment feature that they'll integrate within all its apps. And then this is interesting. Now, this is where I think that many of you out there listening to my voice will end up. Genesis, for those of you that don't know, this is Genesis Trading. It is owned by the Digital Currency Group. And Genesis is it's been an over-the-counter crypto trading firm. They just recently announced that they do it all. I think they will custody your crypto for you. Used to, it was just trading over the counter, but now they'll custody it, but it's not an individual thing. So don't waste your time trying to contact them. It's just for institutions right now. I'm sure that's going to change sooner rather than later. But this is where I see all of us as XRP holders. This is where we're going to go. Lending directly to Genesis has a simple structure. Lenders can receive monthly interest payments at rates ranging between 6 and 12% annually, depending on the asset, and maintaining long exposure to the loaned asset. Learn more in our Q2 report. That's what I see all of us becoming, is lenders of XRP. Because if you don't have to sell it, you don't have to incur the tax consequences that come with selling something that you have a very low cost basis in, like XRP. And I believe that anybody that owns XRP right now is going to have a very low cost basis when the time comes to sell. Okay. Now let's get on to all the news that I think is terrifying the world, and in turn is going to be one of the reasons that people are driven to gold, silver, and crypto. Zero Hedge bailing on Boeing. Order cancellations exceed new sales for the 6th straight month. This is a disaster, folks. And then there's this. Mortgage mayhem begins. Overall delinquency rates soar as housing crisis lurks. If there's any of you out there that are listening to my voice who have played it conservative, like I have since the financial crisis, and you are sitting on the sidelines in a good position to buy that piece of real estate that you've wanted to buy, but you just haven't pulled the trigger on it, then sit tight, because you're about to see people unloading their vacation homes and their lake houses and their homes. And you're going to be able to get the deals if you've been sitting there and you played it in a conservative manner all this time. Because a lot of people were bailed out during the financial crisis and they did not learn the lessons that they should have been made to learn. So they never stopped all of the ridiculous spending and taking on all kinds of credit and debt. They never stopped. They probably accelerated it and lived beyond their means. I see it every day in my own town. Okay. So if you were conservative in your approach, you're sitting in a good spot. Steve Mnuchin, this is where we're getting into the bizarro stuff. Steve Mnuchin tweeted this out today. If you have extra coins at home, please use them to make purchases or deposit them at the bank or exchange them for cash. Help get coins moving. So here in the United States, we're having coin shortages right now. This is a bizarro world that we live in now, folks. And it's real. There's a lot of scary stuff going on. I'm going to show you a couple more. Here's a clip that I want you to listen to. This, it says Gold Telegraph must watch. Recession bells are ringing. Negative interest rates are no longer likely to be effective. Monetary policy is running out of means to cushion a serious economic crisis. Deutsche Bank president. So now what? My guess is monetary reset. So is mine.
As we approach the 3rd decade of the 21st century, at least I can hardly remember in my 25-year career in banking a more challenging time for the financial services industry. A series of geopolitical risks, from the erratic trade war between the US and China and remaining ambiguity over Brexit, to tensions in the Middle East, Hong Kong, and now recently Chile, that have created an extraordinary situation that is not only very difficult to predict, but also bears the risk of volatility in the financial markets. And it's already obvious that these uncertainties are beginning to impact world economy. After a decade of global growth, there are clear signs of a slowdown. In some major economies, the warning bells of a recession are ringing, and that does include Europe. But the biggest challenge facing the European financial services industry is the persistent and structurally low interest rate environment. For more than 5 years, the euro has experienced the extraordinary situation of not just low but negative interest rates. Regarding their economic objectives, negative rates are no longer likely to be effective. With fears of a downturn mounting, we have reached a level where monetary policy is at serious risk of running out of means to cushion a real economic crisis. Most economists are skeptical that further interest rate cuts or further bond purchases can significantly support the economy. And let me tell you, when talking to our clients, not one of them has said that because of an additional 10% rate cut, they would now suddenly start investing what they may or may not have done before. At the same time, negative interest rates are a burden on the financial system as they turn long-standing certainties upside down. As we approach.
Okay, now I don't ever get political on this show, and I'm not going to start now. But I do want to show you a clip from Trump's press conference yesterday. If you want to talk about something that is going to put fear and uncertainty in people's minds and hearts out there, it is this. And this is not a political statement. It's just not, it's not every day that you hear a president basically in so many words threaten a past president and other people with being in trouble for treason. Listen to this if you haven't seen it.
Many of your supporters feel that the reason that Obama's former NSA, Susan Rice, is at the top of Biden's list is that she can best cover up a lot of the Obamagate surveillance crimes that had taken place during your campaign. What are your thoughts? What is your opinion? Do you subscribe to that line of thought? How do you feel about it?
Well, look, the Obama campaign spied on our campaign, and they've been caught, all right? And now let's see what happens to them. But they have been caught. They've been caught red-handed. It's probably treason. It's a horrible thing they did. It probably never happened before. At least nobody got caught doing it. But they used the intelligence agencies of our country to spy on my campaign, and they have been caught. And there are a lot of people involved. I don't want to say how much she's involved. Frankly, if he chooses her, that's fine, but that's a potential liability. We'll see. But President Obama knew about it. Joe Biden knew about it. Comey knew about it. Brennan, Clapper, the whole group, they all knew about it. Lisa Page and her lover Strzok, they all knew about it. And we have it documented. We have it in texts. We have it in all sorts of forms. They knew about it. It was a terrible thing. Should have never happened and should never be allowed to happen again to a president. This should never happen again. This was a setup like we've never seen. I think it's the political crime of the century. And they've been caught. So let's see what happens to them all. Thank you very much.
Whoa. So the summary here is hold on to your gold, crypto, and silver, and specifically XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created, because there is a lot of uncertainty about where the future is in this country, in this world, with all these different crazy things going on. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that they have to join the Digital Asset Investor newsletter to find out what he is investing in. And if you want to be cool, you got to be on the list. I mean, everybody who's anybody is joining this list. Okay. Just do it. Thank you for listening.